And welcome back again, guys. We are starting chapter 7, Into the Void, about to visit Nathema, one of my favorite planets from the Star Wars lore.
You should have left me on Nathema.
You are my daughter. This is where you belong.
Do you know what they did to me there?
You needed discipline. You had to learn to control your power. The bond between us is growing stronger. You are glimpsing my memories.
Vaylin mentioned Nathema. What is that?
Nathema is a blighted, forgotten world, where the Force has been corrupted. I sent Vaylin there to condition her mind, and teach her obedience.
That's where you taught her to kneel before the Dragon of Zakul.
She left me no choice. Unchecked, Vaylin was a threat to everything I had created, and to herself. Her power had to be contained.
I sense something. Vaylin is drawn to Nathema once more.
She would only return if she had found a way to break her conditioning. If Vaylin unleashes her full power, even you may not be strong enough to stop her.
Still no word on where Vaylin's disappeared to.
Any chance she decided to give up on galactic conquest and retire to a quiet little colony on the Outer Rim?
That is not my sister's style.
I might know where she's gone. A planet called Nathema.
I never thought to hear the name of that accursed world again.
You've been there?
Once. It's where Vulkk locked my sister away when she was a child. It's in the Corlean sector.
Hang on. Someone sent an encrypted holocall to Vaylin during her little party. We traced the origin to that sector.
The message was important enough for Vaylin to drop everything and go.
Nathema is a tainted world. If I go there, I fall back into my old ways. Everything I have accomplished since being healed on Voss will be undone.
I believe you're strong enough to do this. But I won't force you to go.
Thank you. I will stay and watch over Senya in case she wakes.
I'll go prep the shuttle. Scans detect only one structure emitting signs of life.
This world is unnatural. Like the Force is hollow.
I felt it too.
The Force flows through every living thing, Theron. Even you.
The world is unsettling. But Vaylin's down there somewhere. We have to find her.
Hopefully before she finds a way to break Valkorian's hold.
My power is limited here, but I will do what I can to shield you and your companions from the worst effects of the Void.
Taking us down.
Greetings, Empress. It has been far too long.
Where is Jarek?
Waiting for you in his lab. Do you remember the way?
Wait here.
I'll keep an eye on the shuttle. Call if you need me.
And we have finally landed on Nathema, a planet completely stripped out of life form, native life form, and the Force. After the special ritual that Vulkorion, back then known as Vishiati, performed to make himself immortal. If you guys allow me to share my opinion on the conversation from a few minutes ago, is SWTOR worth playing as free-to-play? Very. Even after 5.0 now, remember, it's not good for me, for many of you, because we are existing, current, old, veteran, whatever players. We are used to pay subscription, we can afford, which is very important, to pay a subscription, and we prefer the game this way. For new players who only come here to enjoy the Star Wars story, because even though it's a weird and different kind of Star Wars story, this is actually the type of ancient Old Republic kind of story. And if you're a fan of the old expanded universe, I personally believe you should definitely have easy time to relate to at least the Force users' personal stories and Fallen Empire and Eternal Throne. So yes, free to play is very valuable. You pay $15 for a month subscription and then you unlock all of the story and you can spend a huge amount of time leveling different characters and enjoying the stories. Of course, you can't do anything else, but if story is what you care about, the game does have a ton of content to offer you. So let me know what you think about that. Do you still disagree? Unfortunately, Valen left for me a few crappy enemies here to take care of. What is the daily bonus? Ooh, Warzones is the daily bonus today. That's nice. Not that I'm participating today in Warzones. I will be dead tired. I actually already am. After I finish the story. For those of you who may not be aware, or if you're watching the extracted version of the standalone video, this is chapter 7, and in total, Knights of the Eternal Throne is 9 chapters. The story does have an ending and a conclusion to the epic story of the Zaku family, the Vulkorian family. So at the end of chapter 9, we will see a conclusion. Maybe it's better to avoid the purple circle, just because, you know, stuff on the ground, unless it's coming from your sage or any other kind of healer, is usually not good. Screw that. This doesn't really do any damage. You might want to perform some tactics and obey the mechanics of this mini boss fight in veteran mode.
It's worse here. The Void, its hunger. It wants to devour me, mind and spirit. Annihilate every trace of my existence.
There's something wrong with the Force here.
All the more reason to move quickly.
The Void's draw is powerful, but it will also hide us from Valen's awareness.
Let's see if we can get these doors open.
Good thing you were not armed with such a weapon as a child. I fear none of my pets would have survived.
Why did your beasts attack me, Jarek? I am the Empress now, not a prisoner.
They respond to fear and hate. If you could learn to control your emotions, like your father, they would not trouble you.
I am not like Vulkorian. You told me you'd made a breakthrough.
Everything is prepared, Empress, in the main lab.
Okay, I'm ready. For anything.
First, Gistar, I think you're mixing up here the fun of gameplay from Dragon Age and Mass Effect with the almost complete lack of gameplay when you're doing Fallen Empire, when we were doing Fallen Empire. Now with the Veteran mode and soon with the Master mode, things would be hopefully much more entertaining. Yep, Eternal Throne does offer a ton more replayability and entertainment, and it is indeed much better than Fallen Empire. Quick correction, I believe, Ark, you mentioned, hi Mop, by the way, Ark, I believe you mentioned you have a 1080 Ti. That model hasn't been released yet, man. So I think you mean something else, probably. Or maybe did NVIDIA sneak out the 1080 Ti beneath my nose, because I'm actually currently actively expecting this model to show on the market so I can consider buying it for Christmas. I've been saving money for a long time now. We are inside the sanitarium. Now let's see where to begin with the side bonus quest. I think this is the first one. Keeper had a very short life. He's already among the dead. Now let's see, this one was empty. This one, yep.
Vulkorian has given me free reign over his child. Death is the only line I am forbidden to cross. Fortunately, he has provided numerous subjects to test my more radical experiments on first.
And I don't remember if these gave us anything. Oh yes, they do, apparently. Find a way to open the door. Alright, we actually do have one new crate because I've leveled up in command rank a few minutes ago. So, we've begun the bonus quest. I'll try to pay attention and complete the bonus quest now because it's fun and interesting. And it's almost on my way most of the time.
The beasts ripped a young man apart. He died screaming in front of Valen, but she made no move to help. Things are progressing well.
Vulkorian turned his daughter into a monster.
Or he simply awoke her inner monster.
Yeah, the planet looks crap because this game doesn't benefit from new DirectX effects or anything else much more modern than DirectX 9. And DirectX 9 is a technology for, I don't know, is it 10 years old now? Maybe even more. There is the second update for the bonus quest, Jarak's Journal.
I let Valen observe our dissections today. Showed her each twisted, broken corpse from every failed experiment. I let her see the damage caused by the implants and chemicals. Now she knows what lies ahead.
Let's push on forward. Find a way to open the door. Well, if you say so. Do we have an update here? Nope, nothing on the table. There is another one on this table though. Number 3.
Valen killed another keeper today. She must learn that defiance has consequences. Isolation, fear, pain. Sometimes the simplest tools are the most effective.
I don't expect personal class stories to return to the game ever. I would love to, I'm just trying to be a realist.
Take a breath.
What are the Nathema Zealots?
Conventional methods only go so far. But the last subject I brought to the chamber went mad and clawed his own eyes out. I must recalibrate the machines before I use them on Valen.
And update number 5.
I thought Valen would scream or cry, maybe even beg for mercy. But when the pain from the machines became too much to bear, she started laughing. A hideous, high-pitched cackle. The glorious sound of her spirit breaking.
The hell? Why I don't have sprint active? What the hell? That's embarrassing. I agree with you, Trig. The game does look better and it behaves better than before. Whatever tweaks BioWare had done, they keep doing that with pretty much every major update. They did the same with the expansion now. It looks better and behaves better. I doubt that many people will be able to benefit from the new caps lock, from the new FPS lock or hard cap or whatever you want to call it. But it's nice to know that it's possible. There we go. Now let's see update 6.
I have returned to Nathema years after I once helped Valkorion tame his child. Now Valen wants me to undo her conditioning. Failure is not an option.
What exactly do you have in mind, Singularity, with personal vlogs? And yes, the fact that my fan base is growing is hopefully mostly thanks to my hard work and dedication, not just to this game, but overall to respond to the people that care about my videos. I am making vlog series, but very, very rarely, and I do actually avoid talking too much about things from my personal life because I don't really believe they are interesting to people who come here for gameplay and game-related information. But do share with me what you have in mind.
Sith. Jedi.
I can still feel the suffering of their final moments.
Valen will go to any length to break her conditioning.
She's using the same methods you used on her.
I tried to contain her destructive power. She seeks to unleash it. Which cause serves the greater good?
If this doesn't work...
If you are strong enough to survive the process, your bonds will be broken.
Have any of your lab rats survived so far?
None were as strong as you. Is something wrong, Empress?
No. Let's begin.
Vaylin! You have to stop her!
We're running out of time. Come on!
I don't think I have missed the last update. It should be here somewhere. I can't exactly remember where it was, but I'm sure it's after this cutscene.
But the last subject I brought to the chamber went mad and clawed his own eyes out. I must recalibrate the machines before I use them on Vaylin.
And in terms of reviews, yes, I am reviewing some things, but they are still primarily in written form because not all of them I consider to be worthy of a video, and I don't have exactly anything specifically good for a video to show. I don't have personal time, just like Zav says, to play multiple games and to review them all. That's really something that hurts me. And Zentrax, what the hell, man? You promised to keep that a secret.
The glorious sound of her spirit breaking.
There is the bonus quest completed. Now let's go out. Oops. There is a glass here.
I've got you.
Wait! I am not your enemy.
I recognize you from the Holos. You're the one in charge of this place.
I am Jarek, a humble servant of the Eternal Throne who merely does what he is told.
A justification for evil I've heard far too often.
The pursuit of scientific knowledge is not evil, though there are sometimes unforeseen consequences. Vaylin, something went wrong. Her power is racing out of control. When it erupts, the entire asylum will be destroyed. We can survive this cataclysm, but we need to work together.
This partnership's over the second you make a wrong move.
Your terms are agreeable. Vaylin's power has driven the Keepers and Beasts mad. I can guide you to safety, but you must protect me along the way. Hurry and stay close. It isn't far.
Ooh, update on Jarek, the guy who tormented and trained Vaylin. Yep, for just about 10.5 years, I actually started in the end of the first year in university, and I have been working as an architect in an architectural studio for about 10.5 years now. It is my dream work, and I'm really happy with it. It doesn't make me rich, but then again, no honest work ever makes people rich. And following the 2009 to 2011 world crisis, we suffered a lot in the construction business overall, not just the architects and the designers. But we took a huge hit because all kinds of investors just pulled off from the market. Thankfully, in the last couple of years, they've started returning, and I've been able to save some money on the side. Ooh, cutscene.
What is this place?
The Immortal Emperor's Vault. Inside, Valkorian stored artifacts even he feared were too powerful and dangerous to use.
I cannot protect you from what lies inside.
I'll take my chances. Everybody in.
My daughter. What have you done?
She's free. You must. Before.
I can't hear you. You're fading.
Was that Valkyrian?
He tried to tell me something, but then he disappeared.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I imagine he'll be back soon enough.
The power surge overloaded the circuits. We're trapped.
This vault has to have some kind of backup system to restore power.
There is. You must reactivate the power generator. But do be careful. Valkorian sealed deadly guardians in here to protect his treasures. After centuries of hibernation, I suspect they will be hungry.
Nothing's ever easy, is it?
Maybe there is a logical explanation and a reason as to why Valen is single. It's quite deadly to be her boyfriend and disappoint her. Alright, I would like to drive in your attention, guys. Sit down, the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes will be awesome. Especially if you've read the Raven novel.
Have you come to torment me again? No. I sense his presence, but it is faint, distant. You are not Tenebrae.
You look like an ancient Sith Lord. But I thought your spirits were bound to your tombs.
I exist between life and death, imprisoned in this holocron by the one who lives within you. I knew him as Tenebrae, but my low-born son has worn many masks. Vitiate, Emperor of the Sith, Valkorian. His name does not matter. I am Lord Dramath. 1,000 years ago, I ruled this planet when it was a vibrant world named Madrias.
I'm guessing Valkorian had something to do with whatever destroyed this world.
He is solely responsible for this atrocity. He was the least of my children, his mother a nameless peasant. But he murdered me, imprisoned my spirit, and turned Madrias into this.
If you were a better father, things could have turned out differently.
Do not lay his crimes at my feet. He lured many Sith Lords here before consuming them in a dark ritual that wiped out all life on the planet.
He did something similar on Ziost.
His hunger for immortality must constantly be fed.
Why didn't he consume your spirit?
For 1,000 years he has taunted and tortured me. But now, Salvation is at hand. This holocron has the power to destroy what remains of my essence. Grant me the release of oblivion.
I don't trust Valkorion, but I don't trust you either.
I can help you defeat Tenebrae. I know his weakness. This holocron is not just my prison. It can destroy him once and for all.
I thought I destroyed him when he was the Sith Emperor. Then I fought him on Ziost. Then I discovered he was Valkorion. He just keeps coming back.
He is immortal, but not invulnerable. This holocron is the instrument of his destruction. There will come a moment when Tenebrae is vulnerable. That is when you must strike. Until then, release me from my prison, keep the holocron close, and bide your time.
You know things about Valkorion that could be useful. Maybe we should keep you around for a while.
I have given you the key to end my son's existence. There is no purpose to keeping me alive.
Valkorion has many victims, but none who have suffered for as long as you. I will set you free.
And so, it ends.
I hope we don't regret that.
Hold on to the holocron for now. Valkorion can't know we have it.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, that was my personal most favorite moment from the whole story. No, then, the voicing actor for the Jedi Knight is still the same guy.
Here, this will help.
I think that same guy was here begging for subscriptions yesterday as well.
Jarek didn't make it. Pity. At least he was right about our escape route.
Did you find what you were looking for, Empress?
You tell me.
I have never seen such power.
I am no longer chained.
And what of your former prison?
Tell our ships to leave orbit. Soon, there will be nothing left on Nathema but dust and ash.
You need to haul jets, Commander. Power readings spiking. The whole place is about to blow. I'll pick you up outside.
Time to run away before things collapse on us, I guess. This little section here reminds me a little of one of the areas in what was the zombie flashpoint, damn it? Town Under Siege. I think similar assets have been used in both places. Or maybe my nostalgia for that old classic flashpoint leads me to remember it. You do get a chance to keep the spirit of Lord Dramat, and without spoiling too much, it does play a role at the end of the story.
At the evac location, Commander. Just waiting on you.
Should feel better.
Excuse me.
I have returned to Nathema years after I once helped Valkorian tame his child.
That place is about to come crashing down. Get out of there!
Do her conditioning. Failure is not an option.
Could be a little bit from the tempo, yeah.
Should feel better now.
Got you on my sensors. You're close. You can make it.
Of course I'll make it. Did you ever doubt me?
Get in! You do love to cut it close, don't you?
Valen has broken her bonds. Now she will be stronger than ever.
The Alliance won't rest until she's removed from the throne.
I hope you get that chance. Did you discover anything significant inside my vault?
Something in particular you're worried about?
The artifacts hidden there are more dangerous than you can imagine. If you used them, it would be at your own peril.
Valen's long gone. What happened down there?
The Empress broke free from her conditioning. Now she's more dangerous than ever.
Then we must act quickly. What is our next move, Commander?
She may be stronger, but she's not invincible. We'll find a way to stop her.
Wouldn't mind a bit of R&R first. Or at least a nice long nap in my own bed. Setting a course for... Call coming in.
Commander, do you copy? Odessa is under attack.
That, my friends, was our visit on Nathema. How? That's a good question. How exactly do we survive, and why was it not mentioned the fact that there is no force life on the planet, and the experiment, or the, how did they call it? Yeah, let's call it experiment from Vishyati, when he did become immortal, actually drained the life from the planet, and it's trying to destroy everything alive on it to return to the balance. I don't know how exactly is it not mentioned or explained, or at least I haven't been able to find an explanation so far. Maybe I'm missing something. Why did we survive on the planet? Why it wasn't mentioned? Why wasn't it clearly explained? Could be something that we are going to learn later on. Could be something that BioWare just decided to skip on. Anyway, after a very short break, we are coming back for Chapter 8, called End Times. There will be an epic conclusion in the end of Chapter 8. We are going back to Odessen, even though I'm currently on Odessen, but you know that doesn't count. And we only have 2 more chapters to go through. If you're not dead tired or not in a rush to go do something else, someplace else, stay around. The last 2 chapters are worth your time. Be back in 5 minutes.